What's up, you chubby little bastards? It's time for the 2017 Powered by Ice Cream Awards. That's right, Pharrell. You may be able to block my trademark with your stupid little hats and all of your high-priced lawyers, but you can never take the spirit, the heart, the soul of Powered by Ice Cream from me and from the CLB Army. If you're powered by ice cream, you're powered by ice cream. You know what that means. Too sweet me, bro. Anyways, guys, 2017 was a pretty whack-ass year for ice cream. I'm not going to mince words. Pretty big letdown. Many of the brands that I spent a lot of money on in 2016 either rehashed a bunch of stuff, re-released a lot of things that I wasn't interested in retrying, or just faded into obscurity. I got to try a couple of new great brands, some of which are available nationwide, and I'll get to that. Some of which I hope will start shipping in 2018 because we sorely need some new competitors. Now that the intro is done, let's get to the awards, shall we? Let us start off with Most Improved Brand. If you guys remember, 2016, Blue Bunny won this award with their rebranding. They come up with a bunch of new flavors. They basically reinvented themselves. They went from a generic, mediocre ice cream brand to a little bit less generic, slightly above average mainstream ice cream brand with a couple of great flavors. They didn't do much this year, but they didn't do anything to get on my bad side. So 2017's Most Improved Brand goes to Ben and Jerry's, which if you guys watched 2016, you know how important this is because they were the worst brand of 2016. Just goes to show you, man, that even the big companies, they pay attention. Maybe not just to me, but to the public, you know, to the people who actually eat a lot of ice cream. Not just the ones that buy Cherry Garcia every week, the ones that really eat ice cream. Last year, Ben & Jerry's just straight up pissed me off, and this year they started off on kind of the same path. And they came out with Truffle Kerfuffle, Ode to the Swirl, and Urban Bourbon. And I was not a fan of any of those flavors, but I have re-scooped them since. And this isn't, I'm not just saying this because they flew me out, all expenses paid, gave me a tour, all that, and they're super cool people. That's neither here nor there because I'm not going to buy the pints again. I actually got to re-scoop them when I was on this trip. I got to thinking about it, and I think I was just a little too harsh, believe it or not. Yeah, me a little too harsh. They're not greasing my palm or anything, don't worry. I'll tell them if their ice cream sucks because I'm not going to buy those pints again. With that said, they've definitely done a lot worse. So they started off kind of weak. They're three average ice creams in my opinion. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And they finished the year with a nice little hot streak. They came out with One Love, One Sweet World, and Marshmallow Moon, which all are flavors that I enjoyed. And I thought, you know, especially, I really, going back, I was impressed by One Love when I first had it, but I got to try way more of it in Vermont, and I gotta say it really grew on me, man. Something about banana ice creams. There's not a lot of them. There's not enough of them. But, you know, like I said, they finished the year strong, and from what I have seen, 2018, at least on paper, looks to be a really, really fun year. Another thing that Ben & Jerry's did that really flies under the radar is they improved their dairy-free ice cream, IMO. Last year, one of my least favorite ice creams all year was the Fudge Brownie dairy-free ice cream. This year, I thought it was pretty decent. You know, that salted caramel almond one was great. You know, 7-layer bar. They're improving, and that's all I can ask, really. All right, we got some positive out of the way. Let's get to some negative. We already touched on last year's worst brand, Ben & Jerry's. This year's worst brand for 2017 goes to Trader Joe's. And this is more of like a grudge award. More of on principle than actual product. Every ice cream from Trader Joe's that I've ever had has been mediocre to really poor. And that's a goddamn shame because Trader Joe's does so many things well. But they're winning this award for one reason. Jingle jangle. The fact that they could not turn one of the greatest creations in the history of food into at least an acceptable, a passable ice cream is unforgivable. Not only did they do it this year, they did it last year too, and I thought for sure all the customer feedback would make them go back to the drawing board and change the formula, but nope. They put the same exact crap-ass ice cream back on shelves, and I can never forgive them for that. Never. So congratulations, Trader Joe's. You are the worst ice cream brand for 2017. Get your shit together, please. Next up is Best New Brand. In 2016, Little G's Ice Cream RIP, took home the title. This year, I'm giving the award to a brand that pretty much came out of the blue, JC Scoops. Now, I knew about JC's Pie Pops because they make some really good ice cream novelty little pop things, but they branched off into the pint market, and their pints actually don't even look like pints, they look like Chinese takeout containers, but the flavors are all adventurous and fun, and not all of them are amazing, but on average for the whole lineup for a mainstream brand, we're talking 7 or 8, and that's really good. Some even 9 or 10. Even if all they had was tea and biscuits, salted caramel fudge brownie, and like taffy apple, and the peanut butter and jelly donut, and even if all that's all they had, if they had 6 flavors, they'd probably still win this award. There were some flavors I didn't love, but the flavors I loved, I really loved. That salted caramel fudge brownie and tea and biscuits were 2 of my favorite ice creams for the year. So congratulations, JC. You win the best new brand for 2017. Now on to best brand, and this is a very interesting award. I had to think about this for a long time, and it's I guess it's a little weird to say, but last year Salt and Straw won, and this year Salt and Straw won. In a year where I bought less Salt and Straw than ever. Here's why, guys. So the Salt and Straw I had was awesome, of course, but I didn't get a lot of Salt and Straw because there was a lot of rehashes. Flavors that I've had were re-released this year, the ones that came out last year too. So I looked at that, the flavors I know are good because I've had them. I had them last year, plus the flavors I had this year that I had never had before, and I still had to give Salt and Straw the nod. They are the best they are at what they do. Simple as that. They're the best ice cream makers in the game. I just hope that they focus a little more on the online side of things, the Portland side of things. Then I know they're branching out into, and they're expanding, and they have a lot of new shops, and they're focusing on that too. But I don't want them to forget about the little guy, moi, you know, the guy that's ordering stuff online. We want some new stuff every now and then. Just throw us a bone. That's all I'm saying. You're the best, Salt and Straw. I love you so much. I'm addicted to you. But I like variety, okay? I don't want to have the same flavors I've had before unless you bring out the OG Cinnatopia, and don't lie to me this time. You hear me? So like I touched on before, 2016's worst ice cream was the dairy-free fudge brownie from Ben & Jerry's. And this year's worst ice cream award for 2017 goes to Trader Joe's Jingle Jangle. I think I've said enough about that. Let's move on. Alright guys, let's bring this sumbitch home. My top 5 favorite ice creams, concluding with the ice cream of the year for 2017. Number 5, Bona Bona's Holy Cannoli. Remember at the top when I talked about brands that hopefully will start shipping nationwide? I'm looking at you, Bona Bona, because that Holy Cannoli, forget about it. Sorry for the ethnic stereotype there. Number 4, Blue Bunny's Cookie Butter. That's right, guys. Blue Bunny made it in the top 5. Good job, Blue Bunny. You basically mailed it in all year, did absolutely jack and shit, but you came on strong with one of my favorite ice creams of the year. And finally, someone really did a straight cookie butter ice cream justice. Number 3, JC Scoops Salted Caramel Fudge Brownie. One of my favorite Ben & Jerry's flavors of all time is the Salted Caramel Brownie Ale. RIP, that's never coming back. But this is about as close as you're going to get to that flavor. You know, it doesn't have the beer aspect of it, which could be a plus or a negative depending on who you are, but it's an awesome flavor nonetheless. And you can go right down to Publix or Sprouts right now. I don't know where else it's carried at this point, but you can get it at those 2 places, and it's a great, probably one of the best mainstream ice creams currently available. Number 2, Salt and Straw's, I have to look at my notes, the apple frosting caramel crackers. It's one of those flavors that they let the middle schoolers, elementary school kids cook up, but man, that sucker was amazing. I really hope that comes back. I know it won't, but I really hope they would be like one of the, maybe they do like a best of those kids flavors, because it's a mixed bag. No offense to the kids, they try hard. Some of the flavors just don't work, but man, that was one that I would love to scoop again. Hopefully it happens. Looking at you, Salt Straw. And the number 1, my top 5, the best ice cream IMO in 2017 is a very bittersweet award to give out, because it's going out to an ice cream that comes from a company that no longer distributes nationwide. Fluffer Cookie from Little G's Ice Cream. is my favorite ice cream for 2017. Like I said, it's very bittersweet. I don't think we're ever going to see Little G ice cream on a national stage again, and that hurts my heart to say. I could be wrong. I could be speaking out of turn, but that's just how I feel. Fact is, Grace, the owner and creator of Little G ice cream, well, she's a teenager. Teenagers have short attention spans. Teenagers go off to college and get interested in things. Believe it or not, I was once a teenager. I know exactly how it is. So despite the fact that she was incredibly talented, she was an ice cream prodigy, and she made some of the best ice cream I've ever tasted in my life, shit happens. Who knows? She could become disinterested in college or graduate and with some kind of crazy business degree, come back with a thunder and just take down Ben & Jerry's with Little G ice cream in 2022 or something. I have no idea. But the fact is, guys, nothing changes that Fluffer Cookie was the best ice cream I ate all year. Decadent, rich peanut butter ice cream with a thicker than a bowl of oatmeal marshmallow swirl and tons of Oreo cookie pieces. It was everything a chubby little bastard could ask for. So Grace, if you're watching this, no hard feelings. We had a good time. But your ice cream was the best I had all year. I hope that someday Little G makes a triumphant comeback. So there it is, guys. 2017 was a down year for ice cream, but it definitely had its bright spots. Here's to hoping that 2018 is a better year. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.
Let's go!